Hi, welcome to our channel, Low Carb Spin. I'm Karen, this is my sister Therese. What is this today?
This is a daikon radish, and this is going to be our faux potatoes for our Potatoes Delmonico recipe.
Awesome. Well, this looks like a baseball bat to me. Let's knock this recipe out of the park.
All right, sounds good.
So what we're going to do with the daikon radish is we're going to slice a little piece of the end off. I'm just going to do this because it will be easier to work with. And we're going to peel it first with a potato peeler. We're going to slice it into about 1/4 inch discs. That's the right thickness, right? Before I start cutting anymore. I'm like, that looks like the right thickness to me.
Yeah.
They actually look like a potato. We're going to be placing this in boiling water.
That have been boiled for 20 minutes. And now we place them on the cookie sheet on a cookie rack to raise them. And this time I used a pizza plate for the air venting because I didn't have 2 cookie racks. But they're going to be going into the oven for another 20 minutes at 400 degrees. And then they will be ready for our Potatoes Delmonico. Now we're going to take our daikon radishes and we're going to cut them in quarters. I just stack them nice and tall. It makes it easier to cut. And then they'll be ready to put in our sauce.
Now that our potatoes are all prepped and ready to go, we're going to make our sauce that we're going to put the potatoes into. So we're going to start with butter, of course. Melt that in the pan. Get that going. And our flour.
Well, that's getting nice and melty.
Get your roux going. Okay, now that our butter and our flour is browned, we're going to add some seasonings. We have pepper, salt, and some garlic salt. Mix that in. Then we're going to add water, and we're going to mix 1/3 cup of our heavy cream into the water. Then we're going to heat it up in the microwave for about 15 seconds just to keep it warm, so it's warm in our pan. We're going to add that to our pan. So we're going to let this simmer for 5 minutes on low, just to keep a little bit of bubbling.
Oh, that looks like it's getting nice and silky looking. So I'm going to start on with 2 hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to actually slice the eggs, and I'm going to peel apart the yolk, and I'm going to grate the yolk so it blends into the sauce better, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to do a little dice on these. Should I do these smaller?
No, I think those are perfect.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stick with perfect. That's a good one. Okay, and we're gonna grate up the yolks.
I'm just going to give this a little stir every once in a while just to make sure nothing's sticking.
This is kind of fun. Therapeutic grating.
Yes. Sometimes I grate both the whites and the yolks because sometimes people have a weird texture thing that they don't like the hard-boiled eggs, the whites.
Sounds like a child thing to me.
Actually, it's an adult friend of ours who we had to change the recipe for. And so I usually do that, but the original recipe was just to keep the slices whole.
But if we grate it, it gets camouflaged.
Nobody knows it's in
So
there.
then the
Just
kids
the
don't.
yumminess.
The kids don't know, or the adult kids don't know. Trickery.
Sauce is getting a little thicker, so I think we're gonna add our cheese, grated cheese.
You can really use any kind of cheese that you want. The original recipe that we grew up with had mild Colby, but you can use cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese that your family likes. I'm sure it will taste just as delicious.
So now that we put the cheese in, you're just gonna stir until it's all combined, and then it's ready for our faux potatoes and our eggs. Let's put the eggs in first, actually.
Just slide them on in.
Slide them on in. Perfecto.
Oh, before I forget, we want to grease our Pyrex dish or whatever baking dish that you're going to use. This makes a serving for 8, so this is like a, I don't know, 7 by 11, something like that. And grease the bottom and the sides. And I'm just going to use avocado oil for that.
You want to give me the eggs? Get those in here too.
There you go.
Perfect.
What eggs? There's no eggs in this.
Yep. Perfect time. Oh, you were right. Bigger pan. Always.
That's okay. Nobody will see. You guys aren't looking.
So now that this is all combined, we're gonna just dump it right into our baking dish.
Nice and easy. I like that.
Smooth it all into the corners. And then we're gonna add a layer of the cheese on top.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, I'm ready. Always ready.
And now I just sprinkle cheese on top?
Yep.
Okay. Yum yum.
That looks good.
What is not to like?
And then once you got the cheese on, we're just gonna spread a little paprika for color and the smell. Oh, I love the smell when it's cooking.
There you go. Can never have too much cheese.
And then we're gonna bake it in the oven.
Temperature for the oven, do you know? 400?
I think it's 400.
400.
There you go.
You're all set there?
Yep.
Oh, wonderful. She's bubbling. I think she's ready. Wow, that looks so delicious. It smells amazing.
Yep, can't wait to have that for dinner.
Are you still there?
Well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.